Simple game. 4
weeks, 10 history units to review, 28 short videos to help us prepare. Then we take the final exam.
And you really think we can do this?
We're going to do it.
Let's start with the definition. A map scale is a measuring tool, very similar to a ruler. It shows how distances on a map relate to the actual distance on the ground. For example, let's look at this map of Paul Revere's ride. Notice the line with numbers at the bottom. Kind of looks like a ruler, right? It's a line with numbers at the bottom. That's the map scale. We can use it to see how far Paul Revere rode on his journey. The best way to do it is to use a ruler. So first we'll measure the actual scale. Now if you were to do this in your books, it would look a little bit different than how I'm doing it right now on the screen. What you would do is match up your 0 inch, the beginning of the ruler, with the beginning of your map scale. And again, if you did that in your book, you would see that the ruler shows that about 1.5 inches equals the end of this scale. 3 miles is about 1.5 inches on this map that you would see in your textbook. Now we can use our ruler to actually measure Paul Revere's route, which is labeled with the green dotted line. And I know that because I look down here at the map key, which tells me that green dotted line is the route of Paul Revere's ride. The only trick is, if you notice, his route isn't a straight line. So measuring it with a straight ruler would be kind of tricky. It would actually be easier if you could use a string. Then you can curve the string along his route, and then after you've done that, you can measure the string with a ruler in a straight line. Let's look at another example of map scale. The first thing you'll notice right away is that this scale is much bigger. If we start again with our ruler, and we start at the 0 mark of the map scale, match that up with the 0 inch line of this ruler. Again, if you did this in your book, you would see that the same amount of distance on the ruler on the scale now covers not 3 miles like the last example, but 40 miles. That's because some maps show a wider area than others. So the map scale will be different for each map. This map shows a wider area than the Paul Revere map. On this map, we could find out how to get from, for example, Riverside to San Diego. Start in Riverside. Once we drive down to San Diego, do you notice how everything starts getting really bunched close together? At this point, we're going to need another map to show a zoomed in picture of just this area. Once we get to the zoomed in map of just the city of San Diego, do you notice how once again the map scale has changed? It went from 40 miles in the last map to now only 3 miles, covering that same amount of ruler space. That's because there's a smaller area of space being shown on this map. Last but not least, look at the scale on this map of the entire world. Notice how big the scale has to be in order to fit everything on one map. Here's the 0 line, and this much distance covers not 3 miles, not 40 miles, but 2,000 miles. That's because it's trying to fit the entire world on one page, and that's tough to do. That's it for map scale. Remember, map scale is like a ruler. It tells you the distance between places on a map. Thanks for watching.